Alright guys, so my old door panels are not stock. They've been taken off and put back on many times, and not always completely successfully. Any of my car stereo installer friends out there are gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. The factory never intended these things to be removed and replaced over and over again. So there's always some sacrifices involved in doing it many times over. However, we all live with that and deal with it. It's just part of the game. Also, if you're working on a Tahoe, these sail panels almost always get broken. So you can order them off the internet and they're not very expensive. I suggest ordering a pair before you start, because you're more than likely going to break some of the tabs on these. They're really hard to get off, and they have to come off before you can remove the rest of the door. All right, guys, this is my current install from SpeakerPods.com. These are about 3 years old. They've been in here for a while and have served me very well. But I want more speakers, so we're going up. Now, for those of you guys that are be rocking recoil, they fit in here without any modification. You don't have to do any trimming to get these guys in. They drop right in. So Bob's your uncle. They're going to look awesome, right? All right, guys. So my original pods went here. And these fit very close to the original. This one back here is far enough away from the panel that I won't need to cut any more out. This one definitely will have to be cut out. And but these two down here will be good. The original. So if you're doing this, you're going to probably have to cut out here, and then over here, and then down around this part. You can do individual cuts for a circle for the magnet of your driver to fit through. If you've got a really shallow one, you may not have to cut here, but you're definitely going to have to cut it down here. And you'll have to cut out this, but this one you won't. So that's how that's going down. Fitment on these things is just like I expect for SpeakerPods.com. Always perfect. They think of everything. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So when they're laying out the pod, they consider that this trim needs to be trimmed right here to fit. They also consider that it needs to be trimmed right here to fit. And so they give you this wonderful little custom fit piece that fits everything perfectly, including the bottom, overlapping down here, nice strong corners. The fitment is always spot on with these guys. All right, guys, you can use a jigsaw, you can use cut-offs, you can use a hacksaw, you can use any number of things to do this work, but my weapon of choice is the beaver. This thing has got me through a bunch of things. So let's see how we do here. May have to trim it a little bit more, but it's better to trim a little at first and then test fit and then see what needs to be trimmed a little bit more and then trim it a little bit more. Don't go crazy on the first try. The jigsaw will probably make better work of this. I just do it my way. Need a little bit more right there to make sure that I'm clearing. That looks better. I think we're golden. You'll see now, I set this in place. It's pretty close in there. It ain't gonna have as many issues of being able to fit. This driver's got plenty of clearance for the magnet to get past that, and that one's good. Everything is good. That's what we're talking about. Now, the way I did this last time and the way I'm going to do it this time is I'm going to take a couple of these little pinhead screws and position this in place, put the screws in 2 of the holes to hold it in place. Then I'm going to take my drill and drill holes for all the bolts and nuts to go on. I'll show you that. All right, so the first thing we want to do is get it in position. Check your fitment of everything. And get you a couple of little small screws ready with your drill. And then once you get it exactly in position, you can find a spot, and drop your screw. Because humans, I'm probably going to do this more than once. Yep, I dropped it again. Get it in place. You got to be able to one-hand this part, unless you got a buddy. Then I'm going to ease that screw in there to hold it in place. Then we're going to put one more screw in on the other side somewhere. Get it in position. Hold it in position. And then put your screw in. Now's the time to find out if you've got any wonkiness to your positioning. Because at this point, you can still shift all your holes and everything can still work out fine. Check and make sure you've got good fitment everywhere and that you've got it in the right spot. It's got a particular spot it wants to be in. Once you know you've done that, grab your drill, the one with a really janky drill bit, and start drilling out your holes. And they come with a bolt and not-lock nuts that look like these. So if the hole is big enough, which it is not, you can slip the bolt through there, put the knot on the back side, and once you get a couple in, you can take your screws out, bore those holes out, and replace them with the nuts and bolts. All right, guys, for those of y'all keeping count, a 5/32 bit is a very tight fit. I retract that. Use the 3/16. 3/16 is the jam. I'm sure it's a millimeter size, but I'm an American. Now, it should go without saying that you're working with plastic. It is high impact, very tough stuff, but you don't need to torque it to 50 million foot-pounds. In fact, you just want to snug these up. So take care in that process. When you're putting them on, just snug it up to where everything compresses down and touches, and you're good. The nylock nut will keep it from coming off. All right, now that we have the pod securely mounted and all the hardware is in place, I'm going to take my tweeter rings and put them on here and figure out where and how much of a notch I need to make so that these tabs can slide past this, because the hole is just big enough for the magnet and the body not big enough for the tabs. So we want to make it where we can get those in there. Now I could run screws in here and pin this down and then cut around it or whatever. It's all up to you. But the thing is, the tweeter itself is going to decide the final position. And so if you mess around and kind of do it off center a little bit, then you're going to have trouble trying to make it all fit. So I'm going to mark my spot with a scratch, and then I'm just going to nibble away at it until I get the tweeter to fit. I'm doing speaker pods like a boss. Sweat was killing me, man. Maybe I'm more. Hey, man. I thought you wanted to do some stuff, man.
It's Dave, man. I think the cops saw me come in here. Open the door.
No, man, Dave's not here, man. You see, once you've made your cuts, you can get that sucker to fit right in there. Then, once your drivers are in place, you're left with something that looks like this. Now, I've just got them sitting in here right now, but see how cool that is? That's on point, man. On freaking point. Look at that. That's bad. And of course, without the grills, is what you got. Either way, it's very clean look. So if you guys are interested in these things and you want some professional looking pods in your vehicle for more drivers and keeping the cost in check where you're not paying those crazy big thousands of dollars for custom, fiberglass, whatever, click the link down below. It's my affiliate link, customspeakerpods.com. Head on over there, pick out all the equipment you want. You can also get loaded pods. You can get your drivers, you can get amplifiers, you can get all kinds of stuff there. So when you get done with all that, use my coupon code below to give you 10% off your purchase, and you'll be a happy camper with some customspeakerpods.com pods in your vehicle.